I'm seeing a sign, something I don't want to see on the, well, whatever. Okay, so happy Tuesday. It's Mars Day. The planet Mars rules today. We want to wear red. We want to light our own fire. We can be fiery with passion towards what we want to do when we want to know our north nodes. I have a whole thing on that on my website. Today's video is a call out to see if anybody knows anybody in Knoxville, Tennessee who wants me to come over. I'm finally, after all of these years and all of this talk about decluttering and feng shui and how our home needs to support who we are currently, it makes a difference what we eat, what objects we're surrounding ourselves with, and who, right? People, places, and things. And I've talked about feng shui through the years, and about, I'd say, 18 years ago, I had my first idea to do a feng shui TV show where I would go into someone's home and say, okay, well, this is your love area, and maybe you don't want to have your trash bin there, and this and that, and point things out and help. Really, it helps us manifest what we want in our lives. Like, we may be living in a home that does not support our current desires and who we are and who we wish to be. So feng shui is amazing. What I do and what I call it is clean, clear, and bright. So finally, about 18 years ago, I made my first pilot for a TV show to do this very thing. If somebody wants love, I go in and I help them make some changes in their house. So I've been working with this woman named Rebecca, and she wants to make a proper pilot with a production company. I'm going to Knoxville, Tennessee on Saturday, the 27th, and we're going to be filming me doing this for people, and we need one or two more people. So if anybody knows anyone in Knoxville, Tennessee, who wants me to come over and point out many, many things that could be changed and actually change a few, then let me know. Just leave a comment below or email me hello@DARA'S.com. Imagine not knowing that Sha energy is pointing at you, or imagine that you could have so much better furniture placement. Like, it doesn't necessarily take a lot of money, and it doesn't take, for feng shui, there's problems, there's bad feng shui, and then there's cures. So it can always be fixed, and sometimes the smallest changes make the most monumental changes in your life. And so it's amazing. So I'm doing really well, and I've been to Knoxville, Tennessee. I love it so much. I just can't think of anyone that I know. So I want you guys to let me know if any of you. I know our sassy little Frassie is in Knoxville, so maybe she'll be available on those dates. So let's see. My dream is to go around and, like, it wouldn't just be Knoxville, where I was going to visit people and walk in and say, this, and then they change it and their lives get better. And it really works. It's really a lot of common sense. Feng Shui is a lot of common sense, and I want to do it in a way where it's aesthetically pleasing. It suits who you are and who you came to be, and what you need at this moment in your life currently. So I can tell a lot about what's going on in someone's life when I go to their home. And so it's psychological, it's spiritual, it's aesthetically pleasing. So I think it's clean, clear, and bright home based on the principles of feng shui. I'm having a chai. It's so good. I drink hot liquids throughout the day. I always have had hot tonics throughout the day. And I learned that in my human design, my food and the way I digest life is hot. So it makes so much sense that I ate raw food all of those years, and I always had hot tonics. I always have, like, a thermos with me in the car. So you can look up your human design on myhumandesign.com, and you can also look up your north node, because when I'm doing your home, if I go into your home and I know that you have an Aries north node, I'm going to suggest more red, more fire. We can You know, our north node is our dharma, our soul's wish, and we're out of balance. We need more of that north node. So if your north node is in Aries, you need more fire, you need more red, you need to light your own fire. And there's ways that we can do that with dress, there's ways that we can do that with food, and there's ways that we can do that definitely in our homes. So thank you. Who said there? You're having a tonic right now because of me? How nice. So hi, Ani, honey. So Ani, we need someone in Knoxville, Tennessee for me. I want to come feng shui people's homes. And we're going to do it on camera. So it has to be someone. We're making a sizzle reel anyway. There's going to be a pitch to a network based on this very idea that I had 18 years ago. If I wasn't clear enough, basically, I want a TV show. If the universe wants me to do it, I'll do it. And it's based on me going into your home and saying, oh, you want this? Well, maybe we don't want that there. Or maybe we want to fix this. Or maybe we want to paint it a certain color. Or maybe. There's so many things. And there's so much teaching opportunities. There's going to be so many aha, edutaining moments where you're like, oh, I didn't know that wasn't good feng shui. A lot of it we know. A lot of it is just common sense, and we feel it. A lot of us do feng shui naturally. And then sometimes there's just something, when we place the obstacles in our path, and this is what I find so fascinating. One of the things I find so fascinating about it is that we are choosing our homes. We are choosing the structure that is supporting and thwarting, right? So there could be certain things that feel really good, and then certain things we've done or chosen structurally for the home and objects and things and how we place things, that we are literally having a visual representation of whatever obstacle we are having emotionally, right? It could be a family of origin wound. It could be sometimes we feel blocked and we don't know why. Feng Shui and the objects will show us where we are blocking or thwarting ourselves. So then we can actually say, ah, look at that. I do that. Let me change it. And then we've paid attention to the physical object and to energetically why we did it in the first place. So for example, somebody might have a lot of pictures of women alone. And this happened once. I went to see this woman's home in Malibu, and she was a young, beautiful personal trainer, and she was saying she wanted love. And I said, well, in your love area, you have these 4 images of women alone. And they were like 4 paintings that went together. And I said, maybe you would want to not have them up. And she said, no, I want them up because my aunt gave them to me. So I was like, okay. And as a feng shui consultant, you have to respect that it's not time, or somebody can hear it, but they may not want to do it. So you come across your own resistance. You come across, you may say you want something, but do you really want it enough? And if you want it enough, you'll make the changes. My octopus book bag is like sticking out. Speaking of, this dressing room closet area is going to have a do-over. I don't know if you guys have seen the lime wash paint that I did in my bedroom. The beautiful, it feels like you're entering a rose quartz, inside of a rose quartz. And it feels so good that it makes everything else like, I have to do that somewhere else. I'm going to be doing it in here. So Porcelain Dolly Love, can you give any quick tidbit on getting more money in the home for a Capricorn North Node? So Capricorn North Node, if your North Node is in Capricorn, you've spent a lot of time at home, many lifetimes being nurturing, caretaking. And when faced with, should I stay home and be comfortable or go out into the world, the answer is go out into the world. But at this particular time, maybe you're going out into the world virtually via Zoom, but you must go out into the world in forms of groups, in forms of study, in forms of working. And for everyone, the money abundance area, first of all, you have to start thinking about, what does abundance mean to me? That's another thing I love about this, is that it prompts you to ask, well, what does it look like? You know, to get specific with the universe. The universe can't give you what you want unless you are specific about it, unless you know what it is. And that's usually the biggest thing, is like, what is it even I want now? And that could change. Hello, thanks, son. Good morning. So what does abundance mean to you? Make a list and have a picture of that abundant thing or that feeling, because it could be a feeling, freedom. It could be material things, more time. So you put a picture of that in your far left-hand corner. So when you're standing at this is why I need a show, because we'll have like, I'll be able to explain how I place the bagua, challenging floor plans, going into people's homes and showing, literally showing that windows are the opening to your creativity and doors are the adult voice. And if there's too many adult voices in an area, it could lead to arguments, meaning there's too many doors. Like in a hallway, in my hallway, there's like 5 doors in a small area, and that could lead to arguments. So you have to hang a crystal, things like that. So I need a showing opportunity. Yeah, I think that I tend to not be specific enough too. Like it doesn't necessarily have to be strategic or that you have to go out and do anything, but I really do think it's important to know ourselves and know what we want and check in, because we're different than other people and we're different than the people we were 10 years ago, and we change, and that's a good thing. So what does abundance mean to you? What does love look like to you? When, especially the fame and reputation area, how do you want to be seen by the world? And that definitely could change based on which career you have now or no career, or you're just, doing something new, then it has to shift. And you really want to pay attention to what's there. So anyway, I'm going to film. It's so exciting. I did a session for this woman, Rebecca, and we started talking about TV shows, and we got to this, and she was like, that's a show, we have to do it. And there's a production company that she's affiliated with in Tennessee. So they've agreed they want to do this show, sizzle reel. So that could be really exciting, you guys. Like, I think it would be, so many people are, have paid little to no attention to their homes. Just like maybe some people were not paying enough attention to the food they're eating. All the stuff that we have been talking about here for years. What we put in our bodies helps us detoxify and get rid of what doesn't belong. In our homes, we declutter and get rid of what doesn't belong or doesn't make us feel good. And then we also need to add healthy flora, just like we add spirulina and probiotics and all the good food and all the nutrients. We have to empty out what doesn't belong, detox, and add in healthy flora. And in our homes, we want to declutter and then add in the things that are good for those feng shui areas, or add in the healthy flora or the beautiful things that make us feel good. And how we live makes such a difference to what we have and what we manifest. We don't realize it. Sometimes we don't realize our own what we're living. We need somebody else to look, somebody else to put on the feng shui eyes and look. So I'm going to be sharing how to put those feng shui eyes on. So Faustine, they did do the applications in Tennessee, and people applied, and lovely people, and we had chosen 4 homes, and 2 of them have cats, dogs, and I'm allergic. So that's why we're looking for them now at this very last minute. I tell my boyfriend you're my inspiration and my muse, my fairy godmother. I love it. Yeah, it's really exciting to do this finally properly after all these years. I have 2 pilots that I made in years past, and nothing happened with them, and I think it's time. So if anybody's interested, email hello@DARA'S for if you know anyone in Knoxville or you're in Knoxville, because it will be fun and very informative. So thank you, Lauren. So what I am doing is I'm going to do this sizzle reel. I'm also going to do a feng shui day class via Zoom, so we can look at floor plans, because that's really so important to know where your love area is, so that you know if what you're doing there. You always find, I really like to know the feng shui floor plan before I declutter, because you could see where you keep cluttering yourself up. I know I keep getting clutter in my wealth area because it's my garage of my lot, and the wealth area of my home ends up to be a closet that I go in regularly just to make room. You want to make room. You want to make room for abundance. You want to make room for love. There's so many things to talk about. So is there anything anybody wants to know before I go? But I really want you to spread the word and see if anybody you know is in Knoxville. basically I'm going to come in, there'll be a little camera crew, and I will be finding out what you want in your life, and I will be pointing out many things that could change. I don't think I've ever been into a home, including mine, that couldn't use some. It's a journey. It's a total journey to keep it fresh. This is really fascinating that I'm talking about feng shui, and this door jamb, this used to be a kitchen in 1928, and now it's my dressing room. So that probably had one of those doors like this that open, and now it's like a mouth without a tongue because it doesn't have a door. And the cure for that is to, really interestingly enough, most people would hang a little crystal to signify that you know that it's missing. We want to have our voice heard. So now, I remember what I did once is I painted vines and on the inside of the door. If you do something to signify, then little painting, I can do that, and I should do that. So it's so fun when I point out feng shui things for other people, or I think I've got my feng shui hat or my feng shui glasses or what I call my feng shui eyes on. I start seeing things that I never saw before in my own home, and I've been here 10 years. So it's really it's magical and fun, and that's what I'm turning my attention to these days. Look, I've showed you guys food. We know how to detoxify the body. On my website, you can find out your soul's wish via your north node sign, and then your north node house placement if you are lucky enough to have your birth time. It is the most extraordinary information that I've come across. And now we're going to be doing, we did food, many videos on food. We have the north node, which is your soul's wish, your dharma, and what will make you happy in this lifetime and your soul evolve. Then we have astrogeography, which I have a course on my website. So you know where to be, you know where to be, you know what to eat, you know what to do with yourself. And now it's going to be feng shui, what to do about your home, what to do about the place where you're living. And even if you want to move, even if you want to make changes in your life, feng shui and these principles are so important because we must live everywhere as if we're living there forever, and that's when the opportunities are going to come. So we can't be living with boxes or living with the I don't care attitude, because the universe is just going to see you living like you think you're moving. So you really got to lighten up, tighten up, and make it sharp where you are. Memphis Belle is in Tennessee. An OG MWD. I knew somebody was going to know somebody, Ani. Can you find her? Yes, Memphis Ducky. She was Memphis Ducky for a while, right? And I wonder if she's in, well, we have some friends in Tennessee, but it needs to be Knoxville. My love area is in the bathroom. Yes, 100%. Keep your toilet lid down. Everybody should keep their toilet lids down because the chi goes down the toilet. You know, bathrooms didn't used to be in the home when feng shui came about thousands of years ago. So any drain can drain. So we want to, you could place, sometimes you see like river stones. It depends what area. So if it's your love area, I've seen people put crystals. You could put rose quartz crystals, a couple of them at the drain. But you don't have to do that. It's mostly just keeping drains and toilet lids shut. And the colors for love are red, pink, like my nails, and white. And you don't want anything of one. Like you wouldn't want one candle, you'd want two. You wouldn't want one flower, you'd want two. You wouldn't want one person, you'd want two. Sleep is so important. Sleep is so important. No stress is important more than anything. But one of the ways you de-stress yourself is tidying up your home, making it the best feng shui ever, and you will feel like a new person. Creating a space in which you can take care of yourself is very important, right? You're a camera operator, roller girl, Crystal. You're three, Tina. Is it Tina? You're 3 hours south. You've been here a while. 3 hours south. Aw. Well, let's see. Maybe you know someone. What happens if, this is a good question, what happens if a feng shui area is in a roommate's room? It most likely will be, since you can place the bagua over the whole lot, over the house, and over each room. So you mind your room, and they mind their room. And you can maybe get them interested in, hopefully they are, you know, it's not a mess, but you can mind your own space in your own room. So my wealth area of my apartment would be in my roommate's bedroom. What do I do there? You kind of introduce her to feng shui and hope that she's going to paint her walls purple. You could buy her a purple pillow or a fountain, a little plug-in fountain, which I want one. I used to have one, and you can make your own fountain. I hope to have this show because I want to show how-tos, like inexpensive yet monumental cures for feng shui that you can make yourself. And I'll probably do this myself. The show can get picked up, and that's not stopping us from doing how-to and fun things. So stay tuned because it's coming. I feel the feng shui floodgates are open. You want to, if it's your roommate's room, you bless it, send her love, and hope that she, you know, the wealth area is interesting. I would extra, if I were you, I would extra mind the wealth area in my own room, which means the color purple, something gold leaf, the symbol of fish, running water like a fountain. Sometimes you don't want that in your bedroom. It's not recommended because the electromagnetics, because it's plugged in. However, depends how big your bedroom is, but a symbol of water or an image of the ocean, something like that. And something really where you keep something precious in the far left-hand corner of your room. I know it's not easy to follow if you don't know how to place the bagua. Oh, thank you. I'm doing such great work for humans. It's going to be my favorite show in existence. My mom always said, Dara, you need a show. They need you. She's like, they need you. She used to say, you need to be the Martha Stewart that cares, right? Like, I want no VOC paint. I care that we don't use formaldehyde. I care that if we have to buy pressboard furniture because it's affordable, that we seal the edges so that formaldehyde isn't leaking out into our rooms. I care that babies' rooms, new babies are not new babies. Always new. Babies aren't being put into room with carpet and paint off-gassing. Like, I care. So I think that there's so much room for sharing how much I care via food. Imagine somebody wants love and they're feeling a little heavy, and I go into their kitchen and I just whoosh and create the situation where they're supported for their ideal weight. I care. You can feel it. It's in my eyes. I used to say, my brother and I called them doobie eyes. My last name is Dubinet, and we called each other doobie. And I could say when there's doobie eyes, there's like a sweetness in the eyes, like a caring. My brother has it. And thus, the doobie universe, which is the other project I'm working on with great passion. So there's two at one time. There's the feng shui, I would call it clean, clear, bright home, and then there's the doobie universe that are happening both together. Oh, thank you for all the likes, you guys. I just wanted to come say hi. Yeah, the doobie now is because of my last name. Like, we're doobies. You get it. There may be some pushback because it has obviously other connotations. There's the Doobie Brothers and marijuana joints, but it's basically because my last name is Dubinet and they're cute little doobies. So if anybody wants, you can, I'm really going to pump up the party for the doobie universe. I'm getting them trademark, copyright, and then there's going to be a huge doobie party. So you could join now and be in on the ground floor at the doobie universe. And of course, so everybody put out their feelers for Knoxville. There has to be somebody that wants help there. Okay, so porcelain dolly, that's not a silly question. So when we place the bagua, according to the Black Hat set Tibetan Buddhist feng shui, it's a westernized version. You're standing at the front door. Pretend that's my front door to my house. And I have the bagua map, and I just kind of place it this way. So that means that love is always far right-hand corner, wealth is always far left, knowledge and self-cultivation is near left, and helpful people and travel is to the right. You can Google the bagua and figure out how to place it on your home or in your room. Practice with the bedroom. And it's, yes, when you're standing at the door facing in and then you're just laying the map down. That's how you do it. Good for you, having smoothies and tonics. And any other questions? Let's just find somebody for me to come visit. That's what we need. So let me know, anybody. If not, can you imagine if I just knocked on someone's door? I'm like, do you want help? And it's just so spontaneous. The front door, yes, front door is the same as a room. It's the same principle. When you walk in the door to that room or to that home, it's either going to be, I wish I had my map here to show you. It's either going to be, the front door is either going to be in knowledge and self-cultivation, career, or helpful people and travel. I hope that makes sense. But stay tuned and sign up for my newsletter, because when I do that Feng Shui Zoom class, which could be coming soon, you'll be notified. Okay? Big love, everybody. Big hugs. I hope you have a beautiful Mars day, a fiery passion. Do something that you're afraid to do. Do something impulsively. Say what you have to say. Jump. It's that Nike slogan, just do it. You're rearranging your room today? Yeah, get some muscles ready. Muscles and moral support. I love that. I've been moving a lot of stuff out. I've been moving clothes out. I really only want what's current and feels like me for this moment in this year. So let's keep it current. I love you guys.